don't know what Coons beans are.
They're just
White beans and
northern
white
beans.
northern
With
beans.
ham usually.
Navy beans.
Navy.
And hash brown potatoes.
No, we didn't have hash browns. We had Mennonite fried
Mennonite
potatoes.
fried-
All right,
Potatoes.
call them Mennonite fried potatoes. then.
Well, they weren't hash browns. They were sliced on that certain slicer.
Oh,
remember?
yes, that's slicer.
And I have one
We all have a
because
slicer.
That we all
like that.
got.
you all have to have
Got it
one.
from Elkhart, Indiana.
Yeah, I've got one too.
Me too.
We got
Me too
ours.
now. I stole it from Ray.
No, I got it back. I used it yesterday. Or 2 days ago.
Do you know what kind of slicer that is?
I think I do know. I know which one you have anyway.
This came from Merlin Herb, and he ordered them from the Amish back east. He ordered
No, from
them.
Elkhart.
From
Got it
wherever it
same
came
time.
from.
Yeah.
Not Amish.
They
But
quit
Merlin
making
had
them
them in the lumber yard. He sold a lot of it.
Yeah.
They sold them in the lumberyard.
He just likes yours.
He owned the
Could you use them
lumber
as
yard. He could
shavers?
order what he wanted.
They're probably like a plane.
They're
Wait,
really
that's
good
it.
for pedicures.
You could
Oh,
Could you plain wood with them?
you could make your
that
door
why they sold them at the
shorter.
lumber yard?
I would. No,
No.
You
What?
would?
It looks like a
I
plane.
don't think I
Yeah,
would.
you don't train it.
I would not plane my wood.
You can cut your fingers pretty easy on that.
well, ask him
Boy,
some
that's for
questions
sure.
and he can tell you.
Yeah.
Raymond Roger.
Well, I've said everything I know.
But they haven't recorded it.
Oh,
So was it only the second family that had the fun first and middle names? Or did the first family get those two?
no, it was the second family.
The what?
Fun
kind
man.
Now
of-
that's a
Like
story that
Raymond,
should
Roger,
be on
Vernon,
tape.
Victor,
Catherine,
Waldine
Kenneth,
Walter.
Keith,
Waldine Walter, Berlin Victor,
What was Joanne?
Joanne Joy.
Joy,
Raymond Roger,
Stanley Eugene,
That
and
wasn't
Delmer Dean.
Delmer Dean. Yeah.
or the two died.
Oh, really?
Two in the second
Stanley
family and two in the
Eugene?
first.
Steamer. Steamer, yeah. Stanley.
Was he?
They could have,
Did
it
he
would have
live
been the
long?
grandfather's name.
Did they live long?
No.
No,
couple
those
I'd like
babies
to go
all
down. I
died
didn't
within
know
the
about
first
those.
few days.
I'd like to see all their graves
No.
again.
Well, they're down in Shickley.
Let's go to Shickley
For
You won't
breakfast.
see
it.
Hey,
for breakfast.
Oh,
We could drive through Shickley on tomorrow on the way.
We could.
Why not?
Could. It's right on the way.
You want a Strang burger?
Oh, strange.
burger. Well, Strang
You'd
has
have to
good
go
Strang
to
burgers. Yeah.
the
They're called Strang burgers.
Mennonite church between Strang and Shickley,
Well,
Salem.
Salem.
Hey, that's the name of my Mennonite church.
Is it?
Salem Mennonite Church.
Well, some of the people from the Shickley
Oh, is that
Salem
why they named
congregation
it?
went up there. Yeah, Sam Stauffer was
Well,
one
I
of
know
them.
there's lots of people
Wait,
from
where?
Melford there.
Went up to Tofil, Alberta,
Really?
and the church up there has the
Stoffers
same
and
name.
Stutzman.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No Coonses, huh?
No Coonses.
Oh, that's sad. No Coonses.
And my grandma said, well, you had to go 2,000 miles to marry a relative.
Who went that far?
You guys are fourth cousins?
I'm fourth cousin,
Really?
because I'm
I
fourth
didn't-
cousin to Dean.
Oh, come on.
you
I
were
didn't
fourth
know
cousin
that.
to Dean?
Huh?
You,
I was.
That's what happens when you look up your ancestry.
You're fourth cousin to Dorothy.
Down
Oh, it's
in
fourth cousin to Noah.
Down in Shickley, there's, well, it's my grandma Stauffer. No, my grandma Ryle was a Stauffer, and her maiden name,
What's stuff?
no, her mother's maiden
I
name
think you don't know.
was Guth. That is really good.
Oh,
Goose.
goose.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
G-U-T-H. It's the German way of having good.
Okay.
You better quit or you're gonna be related
So you
to
said-
Monica pretty soon.
Anyhow,
Your grandma
Then-
Lyle?
my grandma Ryle was a Stauffer before she married a Ryle, and her mother was a Guth. Her dad, of course, was a Stauffer, but anyhow,
I thought you said a goon.
then,
I
Okay.
thought you said a
And
goose.
then,
and the Coonses, down in Shickley graveyard, there is a grave for Anna Goose Rediger Roth,
Oh, well,
and she's your great grandma.
there you go.
Anna Goose Rediger Raw.
But I don't know how the two are related. I just know my grandma told me.
That you're
That
so
she's
it's your
related.
great grandma.
My grandma.
No, your great grandma
His
was the
great
goose.
grandma, yeah, his great grandma. Huh?
Dorothy.
Who was that?
Wait, you said it was your grandma Stoff who was a
My
stoffer?
grandma Ryle, who was a stoffer.
Right. Her
mother was a goose.
So it's your great grandma was a goose.
Yes,
And Uncle
his great
and
grandma
Uncle
was
Dean's great grandma was a goose.
It sounds like they were saying goof.
a goose or
I thought they
something.
said a goose.
A goose.
Could name the twins Gooth and Goose.
Great grandma was a goose.
Now we're being silly as
Now,
can be.
Dorothy,
And-
didn't my dad go with your mother one time?
Yes,
That's what I thought.
her dad had
Had
a date with my mom.
Really? I'd never heard that.
So things have been
Where
a little
was
different.
that, in Heston?
None of
dad
you,
was-
none
They
of us
were in
would be
Heston
here
together.
today. Just imagine.
They were in Heston
Yoder.
together. Is
Yoder.
that right?
She was a
Okay, I
Yoder.
didn't know.
1923.
Your dad,
My mom, her dad,
Had a date with my dad.
Elvira.
Elvira dated
Billy.
one time.
Billy.
For one time.
Billy Miller.
Did they go down by the river?
Oh, I suppose. They went to
Down
what?
by
Hey, what's
the
that grove they
riverside.
call it, Heston?
If he would have
Down by
started
the
telling
riverside.
tales like Miller's with the spooky stuff, probably
Well,
would
we
have
can
scared
tell
my
him.
mom away.
We can tell them, let me tell you.
Oh.
Spooks.
I remember your
They're
Uncle
the
Billy.
truth.
Wasn't he the
They're
magic
not-
trick guy?
Uh-huh. Grandpa Billy.
Tell us some of them.
I remember.
I'll
going
tell you
to
what.
And I've
Kansas.
got him.
Let's
if you
hear
want
it.
to read
Okay,
them.
Elm's gonna tell us a story.
Oh, I forgot it.
Is it about the
All
headless
right,
horse?
Al.
Protection, wasn't it protection, Kansas? See, I remember.
You too.
What's the question?
So you know, until
I was
it's
gonna
She didn't tell a story.
Oh. Her grandma died.
Yeah, sure she did.
And
They all did
yes, they did. But anyhow, this is the story.
Grandma Yoder?
Your grandma Miller died, and your dad
Oh, yeah.
went to the
Went to
door.
the door.
He
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They,
remember that.
oh, you heard that. That's
What?
true.
What's-
Well, we haven't
There
heard it.
was
Tell
the-
us.
The lady that was outside the door, and he said, "Come on in."
Well, my
She
dad,
said no.
my dad and his brother were on the floor playing jacks. And there was a knock on the door. Well, and that was at Protection, Kansas, and Grandma lived up in Ohio. And he went to the door and he says, "Well, Mother, come in." And she just turned around and walked around the house. And
disappeared. That's what the
Yeah.
book says.
and then he said, "Well, you boys go one way around the house." So Dad and Uncle Lee went around the house to try to find her, and they couldn't. And the next day, they got a telegram that she had died at that moment in Ohio. And that is the truth.
And that was who? Your grandmother?
Grandma Miller.
Well, with Bob, it was Sister Irene, Simon's wife. The clock, like yours there, stopped when she died, and it never ran again until they took it to Denver and had it fixed. Bob and Norman had it fixed in Denver. I don't know what was wrong with it, but it stopped.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Life seconds numbering.
That's it.
My Grandma Miller believed in all kind of witchcraft stuff.
And so did
Aunt
Mandy
Mandy
Coons.
did too, about the egg that would swing around.
Did you ever hear this kind of stuff out in Ohio? That's where they came from.
I don't know what
Mom, I've never heard you call it witchcraft
No.
before.
Well, that's what it was.
Ghosts.
It's
No.
just, it was just
Well, like for
folk
instance,
remedy stuff or
a
It's
horse.
witchcraft, I tell you.
A horse on a barbed wire fence started hopping over something, and hurt his foot. And so she went where he had hopped over the fence and put ointment on the fence and put a bandage around it,
Around the
and
fence.
it healed.
It helped the fence?
It healed the horse.
No, they put a string around an egg,
Yes.
and what do? They
I don't know
swing
what,
it around
I
like
just,
this
she
or
just,
something.
I just
And
remember
it tells
Aunt Mandy
over
talking
a
about it.
pregnant woman, and it tells if
I
it's a
thought
boy
that was
or a
a
girl.
wedding ring.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
they
Holding it over the
just
fire.
hold it, hold it over the fire, and then it swings a certain
If
way.
it swings one way, I think it's a boy. If it swings the other way, it's a girl. I don't know.
It could have to do with
But
energy
Aunt
or
Mandy
something.
used to do all that.
Yes.
And she
Aunt-
said, "Oh, IT
Who's
good
Aunt
all the
Mandy?
time too."
She
Yeah,
said,
who's
what?
Aunt Mandy?
IT good.
IT good.
That was
Well-
Dad's sister
It's using God's name in vain.
What's IT
in
good?
German.
See God.
Oh my God!
Oh, I thought you were seeing God.
Oh. Oh, she was quite.
Who was
cute.
Aunt Maddie?
We know that some of the Amish did have such beliefs.
Well, that powwowing
Huh?
was powwowing
Yeah,
is something.
powwow.
It's,
Well,
I don't know
powwow
for sure what
is
that is, but it's
witchcraft. Yeah.
something.
Who's Aunt Mandy?
Something.
And Mandy was
Mandy.
was Dad Coons' sister.
And where? I never heard about
She
her.
was quite an Aunt
And
Mandy.
they had this other sister, Maddie, that married the Stutzman, who happened to be the father
Oh, good
Joe
grief.
Coons' third.
Okay, we need
That
that.
one's worth writing down. Okay, say that one again.
One more time. Oh no, now she can't talk.
They were doing that back then?
You get divorced, are you still my cousin?
It'll be a while till she can tell.
The story about Grandpa Coon should be on tape somewhere. All his women.
Well, he went with Sarah before he went with anybody else of his 3 wives. He went with Sarah, his last wife.
Oh, I remember
Before
They
he
that.
always
went with
come
any of
back
these
to
other
their
women.
first love.
What now? What now?
Dad had dates with Sarah,
Yes.
his last wife, before he was ever married to anybody.
Really?
Yeah. He lived in
He
Shipley.
sounds like a
or
Coons
was they
boy to
both-
me.
Was they both living in Milford?
Yes, they lived in Milford.
Yeah.
So then his first wife was.
His last wife. His first girlfriend was his last wife.
Took him a while to get there.
So
That's
you're,
like Ray Troyer. His first girlfriend was Yvonne, and he married Joanne.
yeah, it's true.
Oh, really? I hadn't
Yeah.
heard that.
And your dad lived in Milford?
That's where they
Well-
settled when they came back.
Yeah.
They came to Omaha on the train,
From?
and then they took a covered wagon, didn't they, or something, to Milford? And they stayed in Milford, and Grandpa bought land galore. And when he went to Shickley, he bought land galore, and he ended up broke. He gave it all away.
He wasn't.
He gave it away.
He had the
They-
gift of giving, shall we say?
Yeah, he did. And Dad never got anything, and none of the kids got anything. But he had land.
Materialism was not his aim. In other
Well, I
words.
got something after Dad died. Burl did.
What?
It did.
Did you ever tell me?
Well,
I am
Oh,
now.
what?
That
Did
desk
he-
that's in your living
Well, we're
room?
going to
No,
start about the
not that
horse
one.
pretty soon.
Yeah.
oh, it's not about the horse.
What horse?
I saw your
The
little
dead
one.
horse.
My horse.
Bring your horse over here.
Get a
Go
picture
get
of
it.
that.
Without the
Yeah.
tail.
Where is
Beating
that
a dead horse as
It's
a
over
whole
there.
movie.
I'll go get it.
Go get that horse.
Okay,
Pull up a
Aunt
picture.
Dorothy.
Hand it that.
Oh, it is not.
Sure.
Yeah, I didn't say it that way.
Isn't this prettier than your mom's?
No, that's horrible.
Oh, that's pretty.
Why, I think it's pretty good looking.
That would be something that should go to the road show, I would think. You might have a lot of money there.
I paid $30 for it.
Hey,
Did
now.
you pay 35?
Oh, it was
That might
So,
be
Matt,
what
thousands
did
of
I pay?
dollars.
It was a silent auction.
Joanne, that's
They
from
were
Joanne,
both
and
bidding
she
on
We
this
were
put,
side.
both
Silent
bidding on
auction.
the same thing, and I got
she
the
put her
prettiest.
name underneath there.
I got the prettiest horse.
No,
Was that from
Well,
Joanne?
why are you
Yeah.
always trying to steal it then?
I'm
Joanne's
not.
auction.
I have a picture of you trying to put it in your pocket.
Reach for your butt.
Well,
He's teasing
it's
you.
going-
Well, I know that.
Or something.
But I like this one with the long tail.
Anyway, so they were on the same.
Yours has got a bobtail.
Remember that copper hammered tray she always had hanging on the wall?
Who had
Aunt
Isn't
Joanne.
that pretty?
Sure, that,
Copper.
don't
That's all
hammered
brass, yours is tin.
Copper
it is not.
tray she
It's
always had
brass.
in every one of her houses.
Ah,
Yeah,
You don't
that's a
remember it?
nice
I don't
horse.
remember it.
I got it at the auction.
I'm
Oh,
glad
you
you
did?
like
For
it
like a
finally.
In a box full, and she was
You
so
won't
mad
try to get mine anymore.
that box was sold for
Yes, I
$1.
will.
Because they bought on their honeymoon in Milford.
You mean back there with Aunt Mandy's sister? She had an older sister, Maddie. And Maddie married later in life, obviously, because she married this Aaron, Aaron Stutzman. I think
Uh-huh.
that's right.
Maddie married Aaron Stutzman.
And his, this Aaron had a daughter. Well, the way I had said it was that Joe Coons married this guy's daughter, Sarah. So then, because he
Listen,
married
this got a
Sarah,
Nice long tail.
and the mother of Sarah, the stepmother of
Is yours
Sarah
still
was
got that?
Maddie, it made Joe Coons an uncle to himself. To be married.